Welcome to the GCC Podcast presented by Gateway, your trusted destination for insights at the intersection of GCCs, AI innovation, and the future of work. I'm your host, Suchita Vishnoi, and today we are joined by a product visionary who's redefining how companies approach data privacy in the age of AI. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Amruta Moktali, Chief Product Officer at Skyflow, a company that's transforming how organizations store, manage, and share sensitive data. Skyflow is a data privacy vault company that helps organizations securely manage and share sensitive data using a zero trust API first approach. Amruta has led product at some of the world's most respected tech companies, from Salesforce, where she helped access of AI for business users, to Clio, where she blended empathy with innovation to support working parents. And now Skyflow, where she's helping companies embed privacy into the core of their digital infrastructure. Let's get into the heart of it. Three questions lined up for you, Amrita. And your insights will really make this discussion valuable. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Sachita. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Amrita. So I'll get started with the first one, more specific to what you do. So Skyflow is solving a very specific problem around secure data access. How do you see the global capability centers leveraging data vault solutions today? And what industries or use cases are leading the adoption? I mean, I would call you like a GCC for GCCs.
That's actually pretty interesting. We think of it that way too. Because if you think of it right now, GCCs, long time back, we used to think of them as back office
Yes.
functions. But now they are becoming centers of innovation. And most of the innovation is happening with data. You
Yes.
are analyzing things, you are getting insights. And now we have AI workloads across the board. There are different things. And the most common thing that we are used to is chatbots, agents, and things like that, right? So when you think of that and you think of the amount of data that GCCs have to work with, becoming these innovation hubs, that's where the vaults help out. Because if you think of a GCC, you can use a data privacy vault that Skyflow has, and you described it very well, right? Our job is just to help people work with sensitive data without compromising it. So
Yes.
we want to give you the power of being able to work with all of this. And the way we give you that power is to make sure that the data is localized. It is adhering to a lot of these cross border issues. And that is what GCCs face a lot today. Because if you are the center of innovation, you're working with data that is global. And that's where Skyflow comes in to help. Offshoring is a small word, but think about it that way, right? Working with data that's global without compromising privacy and adhering to compliances. So that's where the vault will help you transform the data in a way that you can operate on it as though you had all the sensitive information while you are protecting it. So, for example, you'll see fintech companies today. Like everyone goes to the bank, right? Like I did KYC yesterday. So, all of these KYC things, also, it's all a bunch of sensitive information that you're working with.
Yes.
And you need to then run reports, you need to run it to different systems. Think about healthcare, where we see most of the AI pieces happening. You have people working with clinical data, patient data. There is a lot of claims that are being processed in different geos. In India, especially, there are a lot of healthcare companies I work with who are having so many centers in India processing critical information. So that's where the vault comes in to help these GCCs and empower them to be able to do more and more every single day, especially with these AI workloads.
So great response. I think that actually leads me to the next, because you gave examples of fintech, you gave examples of banks, healthcare. So today's enterprises need not just secure data, but fast, fluid access across systems and AI models, right? What innovations has Skyflow brought in data movement that balance speed, security, and real-time demands that any center would have?
Yeah, that's a critical question, Sujita, because if you're slow, nobody's going to use you. So
Yes.
even when we started building Skyflow, our goal was scale, enterprise scale. You talk about volume, you talk about data, you talk about your reach internationally or globally. That is scale. And we've built that within from the platform from the beginning. And given our background, since I came from that industry, worked with a lot of large enterprises, it was pretty evident to me that that is the critical piece. And That being our foundation, large volumes, speed has never been a problem. We have real time access. We have customers who have us. Imagine your, shopping days or, fast transactions. Now, those can't wait. You're not going to be on your phone doing a transaction and be like, okay, I'm going to wait for everything. You're not going to wait. Everyone needs instant gratification. So, real time APIs, being able to work with batch and real time, and doing this while also maintaining governance. So, there is no trade off between speed and security, has been the crux of it. Because fintech is a best example for this, because people use fraud models that literally have to work in 100 milliseconds with full auditability. And those are the kind of use cases we can easily support within Skyflow. And it just kind of keeps scaling with like large e-commerces we are working with, as Walmart's working with us and others. So that's super helpful.
That's thanks for sharing. And we spoke about volumes of transaction, etc. So as data volumes grow and the AI agents become more autonomous, how do you envision data protection evolving? And what does scalable governance look like in a world of constant IT movement and API based access? I know, and there's a big layer of compliance governance depending on what region you are in. It's
No,
a
you're
little complex, but I'd love a
yes.
simple response.
Yeah,
You
it
can
is
put.
complex, right? Because now we're not talking about only humans. We have models, we have applications, we have agents, we have applications with MCP servers, we have AI search. So, all of these, and you mentioned this earlier, and this is the crux of Skyflow, is zero trust access,
Yes.
right? We believe in that, and that has to evolve. So today we talk about, I'm giving individuals access to particular things. I'm going to make sure you see something, I don't see something. Tomorrow we need to do that, or not even tomorrow, right now we need to do that for agents and models. And with agents and models, it's not only the data. You have to think of the context. And the governance has to be very fine grained, because it can't be only rule based. What is this agent accessing this data for? Is it allowed to do it? Can it do it? Should it see this information? When the agent gives a response back to the end user, is this agent allowed, this user is allowed to see it? So all of this has to happen real time with compliance, cross border, at scale. And now we will get into agent to agent identity also. In fact, we are just launching a new product on the Skyflow side to support MCP servers, to provide that enterprise security to MCP servers, which are embedded within all these agents that we are using right now. So I say, vaults are programmable, and we do governance at scale. And now we don't need like just, boundaries. We need programmable, fast things that can evolve as AI and agents evolve and start learning as well.
Thank you. I think all your responses were so potent. We've covered some serious ground from data privacy to the future of AI. Now it's time to have some fun. Like I said, we have a rapid fire round that will help us know you better as a person, the person behind the product. And I'll just quickly dive into that. There are three questions, quick responses. What's your go to mantra when things get chaotic? And I know, just by the nature of what you do, there may be instances where there's a lot that has to be handled. So, what is your go to mantra when things are chaotic?
I just tell people, take a pause. I take a pause. I'm just like,
Okay.
okay, the best thing to do is take a pause.
Yeah. Reflect.
Tactically, I take a
Yeah.
break, go
Yeah.
do something I like. I love dancing and music. So literally, it's like just do a few things and come back.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And what's the app you open first every morning, like your go to app to see what the world's been doing?
This is going to be a very boring answer. I look at Slack first, which is
Okay.
bad, but we use Slack extensively at work. So I'm usually going there, and then it's any of the social apps where I'm getting news.
Okay. So you are at the helm of a lot of innovation, product, right? Product innovation. And I know you're based in the Bay Area, you're visiting India right now, and there's so much happening around tech there. But if you weren't in tech, what would it be that you would be doing? Any alternate career that you think you would have been doing if not tech?
Probably be in a creative space,
Okay. I see
performing art or something like that. Who knows?
I see a lot of people who are driving tech actually talking about that. I think it's more to do with balancing your left and right brain.
Exactly. Exactly.
Great. These are lovely responses. I love talking to you. and it was fun. Just
Same
moving
here.
on a closing note. Amrita, thank you for sharing such valuable insights with us. Your perspective is a reminder that trust, security, and speed don't have to compete. They can coexist with the right design and the right mindset. To all our listeners, as GCCs grow into global innovation engines, leaders like Amrita are showing us how to build for the future while protecting what matters most, data. We hope today's conversation inspires new thinking on privacy, product, and platform innovation. Thanks for tuning in to the GCC podcast presented by Gateway. Until next time, keep leading with insight, building with purpose, and shaping the future of work. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ashita.